Spring football from coast to coast today in the Big Ten. And not even the rain this morning can dampen the hope in College Park. We've got layers to unpack for Maryland football in the annual red-white game. 7th year as the head coach for Mike Locksley. And they're not live, don't want to get anybody hurt today.
Yeah, all the yellow jerseys you can't hit. That's why I have a yellow shirt on up here.
I won't hit you, Matt, I promise. And no returns as well as Ryan Capriotti got us started.
That's why it's a big deal.
Yeah, still a different look for these players. And Christian Martin at quarterback. Quarterback for the white team today. He goes outside and completes his first pass to Jamari Powell-Wunson, the redshirt freshman.
Back is a position of decision-making under pressure.
And this is a handoff. Iverson Howard with his first carry, and it's enough for a first down. The freshman out of Gaithersburg, Maryland.
From a year ago. They'll do as well as that offensive line allows them to do.
Returning just 2 starters on the right side. And Martin's taking a deep shot down the sideline. Mekhi White pulls it in.
Nice adjustment by White at the end of that throw. They were even, defender and receiver. And he does a nice adjustment. You're going to watch him. Here's the throw. He puts it up for grabs, right? So now watch the adjustment. See, he comes back to the football. The defender kept on drifting, and that's the difference in the play.
Over the top of Ricardo Cooper Jr., a 42-yard pickup, and it's back to the ground with Howard. You can see the ability.
The difference, though, sometimes it just takes time to be able to see coverages.
And Howard is stood up in the backfield. There's Sidney Stewart coming in.
Has the ability to be able to sit down and anchor.
On 3rd and long here. Martin flushed out to his right, fires over the middle. It's on target and a touchdown.
Accuracy. That's what you have to have. And that's exactly what he was. Well done.
15-yard completion to White, who had the 42-yard pickup earlier in the drive.
You're going to watch this. This is just a nice job on the run. He's familiar with it. Oh, nice throw. In front of the defender. The defender could have had a little bit better effort to come at that. Watch this ball right here to the right.
And the extra point is good for Ryan Capriotti, who is a fence. Mike Locksley holds the ultimate trump card on how the format will go today. As Martin flips it outside, and his first incompletion intended for Emerson Smith, the redshirt freshman. And talking to Mike Locksley yesterday, he thinks that the pass rush will improve drastically this year under Ted Monachino. Martin guns it over the middle. It's complete to Josiah McLaurin, the sophomore, with his first catch across midfield.
Because that defender is on his hip, you just got to be accurate with the throw and you have a play.
Smooth start for Martin here. And it's back to Howard on the ground. Strung out well, and maybe a gain of 1.
Good defense there. They did a nice job not letting anybody get.
Haven't seen Trey Reddick yet. Sidney Stewart earlier in the game. Neo Avery, some names to watch out for. As Howard dives forward for a couple.
No, maybe.
Just a little bit. 3rd down and 6. Martin with a good start today, and he connects with Thomas McCluskey for a first down. Redshirt sophomore. Just 1 incompletion for Martin to start here, and a touchdown as well, as Howard scampers for 3.
They've always had guys who've had good arms.
And Billy Edwards Jr. recently transferring to Wisconsin. Just shy of the sticks and outside of the 25. Second catch for McLaurin.
He doesn't rush himself. You can see he sets. He's comfortable in the pocket. Maybe that yellow jersey helps him. I don't know, but he looks pretty good to me.
And Howard helps him out across the 20. First down gain. Down to the 8. First down throw for Martin. Fade to the end zone. Going up top, and it's caught.
Is he in? Touchdown.
White got his feet in for his 2nd touchdown.
That was a nice, really.
Mekhi White linking up with Christian Martin, a dynamic combination.
I like Martin. Martin just comfortable right there. That's a perfect throw. I mean, that's a perfect throw. He got 1 foot in, and then the other one was out, but that one put in is all that matters in college football. Right there. That's 6. A great throw.
2 touchdowns on 2 drives for this. Malik Washington, Christian Martin having himself a day so far. And here's our first look at Justin Martin, the transfer from UCLA. A pass behind DeJuan Williams and a loss of 2 on the play.
I like Darnwell, and they're basic, so that's fine. But the ball comes out of his hands pretty darn well.
Fresh start for him on the opposite coast. Here's the rollout and the pitch into the flat. Connection with the tight end, Leon Hutton Jr. 3rd down and 9 on the first series for Justin Martin. Looking over the middle. And it's broken up beautifully by Dante Joyner, the Arkansas State transfer.
Nice break.
Actually not afraid to restart drives if they're not long enough. If anything, a chance for the special teams to get in on the action. No returns expected today.
That was a heck of a punt, by the way.
Hey, he's one of the few experienced players they actually have coming back. A 55-yard punt. And Justin Martin will restart it here, finding Octavian Smith Jr. for no gain. Brown and an All-American last season for Maryland.
Octavian has the ability. He has the ability to beat you with his speed. He also does a pretty good job in the run game and blocking.
To do him well quite a bit. Looking back at Stephon Diggs, DJ Moore.
They've always had good kids. And Octavian Smith is cut from the cloth.
And what a catch for Williams. He was out of bounds. But
things. Either you don't have a pass rusher or your offensive line's playing really well.
Good protection here for Martin again. Late pressure, allowing Martin to circle out and try to run for the first down. Not totally clear if he would have gotten it.
Maybe he just look. That's really well done though. He knows where he wants to go with the football.
Class coming out of nearby Glen Burnie, Maryland. National spotlight on this hometown superstars. Octavian Smith is wrestled down in the backfield.
That can run. They cover a lot of ground. You saw that right there when he closed on that.
Washington looking short.
Screen.
Screen for Williams. Lots of space across midfield, and he's got the first down. First down from the 42. Washington over the middle. Dorian Fleming, the tight end and transfer, plowing through tackles inside of the 20.
Nice job by Fleming. Decent route. He gets the guy on his hip. All you need is he shows you all the signs that you need to be a successful quarterback.
24-yard pickup to the 18. The Georgia State transfer. Washington got time, and he'll choose the legs and pick up some positive yardage.
From a quarterback. That's position in particular.
Give off to Williams, right up the gut, reaching for the goal line and just short. Was he down?
He's down.
Yes. It looked like that arm and knee came down. Opener against UConn, and perhaps a touchdown coming here on 1st and goal. Washington under center. Throw in right along the goal line for the touchdown. We might see that combination a lot this year with Washington to Octavian Smith Jr.
Nice job by Washington. He did a really nice job of understanding when to get the ball to him. So a lot of times they wait on this. Now right there, that thing, he has the advantage. The defender's not there, which is saying a lot.
Yeah.
Now T.Y.'s got he's got some good skills.
Of course, Pep Hamilton.
Time this summer studying a little bit about what's happened in the Big Ten, but also better understanding our team.
I know you have a relationship with legendary head coach Gary Williams. What's your relationship been like with him? Have you gotten to spend any time? You got any golf?
Buzz is going to like that trick play we just saw.
I think Buzz is going to do a great job down here in Maryland. Maryland's always been a great basketball school. Always enjoyed watching right now here in this spring.
Yeah, the new coordinators, Ted Monachino, Pep Hamilton, tons of NFL experience, getting their first look at game-like action. And whistles blow is Chris.
Your players, and you have to know them pretty darn well. And that's why spring is so important in football.
It looks like Christian Martin is capable of a lot. Shed the tackle for Josiah McLaurin down near the 15.
Stronger offensive line, you're going to have to move things. There's all kinds of stuff you have to pick and pay attention to. All small details.
First down to the end zone over the head of McLaurin. And a reminder, this is the second team offense on the second and long for Martin under center. And he'll roll it out. Throw to the tight end, incomplete. A.J. Szymanski Jr. not able to make the catch.
That's the first poor throw that he's see if they can block and tackle pretty much.
Third down for Martin. And ruled down. Officially a sack in the spring game as the pressure got to him. Saw a touchdown for Washington. Not much from Justin Martin so far. And a field goal for Capriati. And it's good. Trying to replace Jack Howes.
It's hard to recruit down here. They get a lot of good kids around here, but a lot of them go to Ohio State. A lot of them go to Penn State. Yeah, the ACC is really packed with some of these kids. And
Williams from Malik Washington. It's Washington's second drive. First one ended in a touchdown to Octavian Smith. A little too hot there for DeWanda Williams over the middle.
And a little bit behind, just a tad. Gotta play.
Second down pass. Space for Washington out to his left, and all kinds of room to run for the first down.
Good decision.
Let's check in with McKellen now.
Thanks, Jack.
Playing a heck of a first half here, which is done in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, inside of 2 minutes. Back to conventional timing after the 2-minute warning. And Williams tripped up after a short gain. 2nd and 7 at the 37 for Washington. Already a touchdown today.
Good protection.
Going deep down the sideline. Had plenty of time, and he dropped it in a bucket. For Ryan.
You look when he looks. The problem is he never looked. It just dropped right in.
And the play wasn't there after the quick snap.
It didn't look like he ever moved his head to find the ball.
Still at the 1-yard line, 2nd and goal. Just outside of 1 minute, and an easy touchdown for Williams. So both drives for Malik Washington.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's hard to argue with any of these, what the quarterbacks have shown. They've run when they needed to run. They felt the pressure when it comes, which hasn't been a lot. But they've been accurate. They've made good decisions. That's what quarterback play is all about.
Kevin Humes was right there alongside Manning. The throw and the catch had to be perfect. And it's 17-14 now, white team in front. It seems like they've given some good protection all around today in the pass game.
Yeah, I don't really see a good pass rusher here.
Roman Jensen makes the catch, the 4th-string quarterback for Christian Martin. The white team trying to score for a 4th consecutive. Pep Hamilton already changing it up.
There's a sack.
There was some pressure, probably a sack. It is for D.D. Holmes. Redshirt freshman, Florida State transfer. Played in just 1 game and transferred back home. Washington, D.C. native. Third
There's
down.
another one. Same thing. He just ran right past that tackle like he was standing still.
And at this point in the spring, what are you looking for out of the defensive linemen?
If they can engage, first of all, in the run game, they have to engage and disengage, right? So you have to attack. Who's blocking? That's the biggest thing.
And the clock will run out here on the first half. 17-14, a pretty high scoring first half of the white and the red. Malik Washington and Christian Martin in that first half. Much less action for Justin Martin compared to Christian and Malik Washington. And Justin Martin started the second half with a handoff to Williams. Jack Kaiser, Matt Millen, Michaela Chester down to the. He can make a big leap this year into a position to play all 3 downs. Another handoff. Williams is swallowed up near the line of scrimmage. And he was wrapped up by.
If you're leaderless, you don't have a clue.
Yeah. And 3rd down and long here for Justin Martin. Scrambling up the middle,
Would have been a sack.
but not a glorified practice by any means, as McPherson booms it, and McLaurin catches just inside of the 20. Another stalled drive for
Plays in. If they don't get that, they'll pull it back.
So more reps for Justin Martin, who threw for just 10 yards in the first half.
Left guard jump.
And a false start. The left tackle, the Central Connecticut State transfer. Martin to throw on 1st and 15. Tipped the line.
Tipped. Well done.
Was it picked? Okay.
Looked like Falivi. Down lineman, 64.
Let's take another
Let's
look
watch
at
this.
There's
Yeah,
Felipe.
there's-
Eshawn Flowers, the sophomore, who played with Malik Washington in high school at Archbishop Spalding, has the first turnover for the defense today. Martin still on the field, and Williams is tackled.
Well done.
2nd and long for Martin, trying to lead his first scoring drive of the day. The transfer from UCLA, Octavian Smith Jr. Tackled in the backfield of man, zone, and pressure a lot this season.
Well, they're just rushing 3 now, and they're dropping 8.
On 3rd and long, Martin looking deep, taking a shot. He's got a man, but overthrows him. Ryan Manning running down the
First thing, you got to use all speed from the start. Get them on your hip. If you can get them on your hip, then you got to position yourself to give yourself a little bit of room, because you have to have an aiming point for that quarterback to be able to
win the starting job, but Christian Martin fantastic so far. We'll see if he can keep it up. First play of the drive, and a little bit out of the reach of Jamari Powell-Watson.
control everything. And he has that, and he's got an ability to be able to kick his hips pretty well. He did it right there on that play. I think they like him, and I think this kid has an opportunity.
Who's the smartest center that you coached or played against?
There's we had a lot of good ones, but Dominic Raiola, actually, his was the whole offensive line. And so you have to be able to communicate well, and you have to be sharp.
Keeper for Martin, Sidney Stewart, went with Howard. And Martin able to pick up some positive yards after a 50. 2nd and 7 at the 43. Here in the middle of the 3rd quarter. Howard to catch out of the backfield across midfield and delivering some punishment as well to Shamar McIntosh. First down pickup for Howard, the talented freshman out of Quince Orchard High School. And another carry for him. His nickname is Rocket, maybe not based on the speed, especially alongside Eli Mason, will also be in contention here for the running back spot.
Flag is down.
Flag down, but it's a perfect throw for Martin to White again. We'll see if it's coming back.
Well thrown.
Maybe an offsides call. The line jumping, but on we go into the red zone. A 34-yard pickup.
No, it was red jump 29, my guy. Sid Stewart.
Let's see if he can pick up a 3rd touchdown. Rolling to his right, to the sideline and out of the reach of Jamari Powell-Watson.
Yes, somebody made a mistake right there.
He'll be able to work it because we got Cloud over here with number 8 is the Z here. So he worked opposite. He's got the fade back corner fall out of bounds. Never in the history of football has there been a complete opposite. Oh, naked, a little naked. Got jammed up, quarterback's gonna run it. Yellow jersey, all right, let's get this one. Got arrow slant to the boundary. He went 4 open, so what he's gonna do is pick and stick. So he's picking man coverage, he's working to the boundary. He took the back in the backfield, made a guy, tackle down at the 1-yard line. He worked the work that he did a good job here.
What are you seeing from what Pep's been bringing to this offense?
I think the big thing with Christian is just he's shown the ability like, okay. Did he catch? All right, touchdown. This is the 3rd drive I think Christian's had where he's ended it with scores. When you get into a quarterback battle for us, it's who gives us the best.
Jack.
Yeah, look, Matt, I'm not trying to, force you out here, but can we do more of that with Coach Loxley?
Yeah, so here's the problem. All you people at home, how many people understood what he was talking about? That was a blitz. We came with our safety.
Sharp as ever, Matt Millen.
Yeah.
And Martin goes over the middle to Ryan Manning. That might have been his best throw of the day.
That was a great throw. It was right on time.
Manning with a couple of catches today. A little play action for Martin. Deep down the middle and a wide open man. It's Manning again. Touchdown.
That ball was thrown a little bit behind. Manning did a nice job of coming back to get it and then just uses a little bit more, but not a bad throw. See how he had to wait for it a little bit, come back underneath by his knee. For those of you at home who are wondering,
The work ethic that the coaches are looking for. As Capriati tacks on the extra point. He'll wake up at 4:45. Certainly plenty of learning moments for Ted Monachino's defense today. Pressure up the middle from Ian Thomas, and Washington just throws it away.
Really smart by.
Free grandma a couple times now. It all started with a tweet that said, keeping grandma locked up until Malik Washington commits to Maryland. Well, when Malik committed about a week later, he reposted that tweet saying #FreeGrandma. It became a full-blown slogan.
And first down play for Malik Washington. The red team offense just across midfield. Little trickery and a botched pitch.
It's a live ball.
Recovered in the backfield by Octavian Smith.
For playing here at quarterback and developing as a player.
Obviously, I want to win. I want to win some championships and, you know, play high-level football. You know, he's seen the draft, or like over the last couple of days, you see a lot of guys in their dreams. This was an accident. I feel like everybody came here at the right time, and, you know, this is God's plan for us.
Well, thanks so much, Justin. We'll let you get back to it. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Jack.
Yeah, thanks, McKella. Thanks, Justin. A long third down and some.
The way he was looking at things, the way he explained things, that's good stuff.
Fourth down for Washington here. Over the middle and a connection with Smith. Got a touchdown from Washington earlier. Down in that pocket of space. And it's 1st and 10. The 26. Play action. Washington. Back to the middle and Hunt. Who spins free? Touchdown.
That was exactly where it had to be. Really good job of holding on to it. You're going to watch this. This ball's right where it needs to be. And the hit comes right as the catch is being made. Houghton holds on. That's pretty good. So it's easy to see what Loxley's seeing, right?
Team today after back-to-back strikes from Washington. Well, Washington was still in high school playing his senior season. Roman Jensen with his first snap of the day at quarterback and a handoff. But they would meet every Sunday this past fall to break down Malik's film and also the film of Maryland real time during the season. Malik committing in June and then throughout this past fall on Sundays able to meet, break down film together.
That's a big deal. That's a really big deal. And that's, again, that's a relationship guy. That's what
Malik Washington spearheading that effort. Jensen rolling out on third down. Roman Jensen is sacked.
That was a mistake. You should have threw it out of bounds. Don't hold on to it. You're not going to. As he's rolling, he's
now because the spring portal just closed yesterday. As this is boomed by Philip Noyes. Fair catch near the 20. It's a little bit thin all around. They'll have more freshmen coming in throughout the
self.
D.D. Holmes on the right side has been that a couple of times today. He had back-to-back sacks in the first half. And a flag here, false start. Dayton Daniels, Debo coming over. A trip to the NFC Championship game last year. A short run here with Christian Martin at quarterback. Staying up for a long time, Colin Reynolds, the third stringer. And it's been DeWanda Williams, Iverson Howard, and Colin Reynolds getting the carries. Back to Reynolds, who reaches the 35.
Good strong run.
The original line of scrimmage. Third down, Christian Martin, pressure up the middle, fading throw is picked. Ricardo Cooper Jr. down the sideline. And a second turnover, an interception for the defense today.
throw it out of bounds. You watch, he's looking down the field now. Yeah, there's nobody even there. Maybe he was trying to throw it out of bounds. Give him the benefit of the doubt, but just get it beyond the line of scrimmage and that's it. Live for another day.
Reload today reload here after his first mistake today. Oh, he pulls it as it looked like Roman Jensen got decked.
Jensen got drilled. Yeah, so that's kind of unfair since you can't hit the court.
Entire family in the stands right now. I know it was important to you to stay at home and play at Maryland. Why?
Just for people like that, for reasons like this, my family being able to come out and support me. They've been supporting me my whole life, and just another step in the journey that they're supporting me on.
A few touchdowns for Malik Washington and Christian Martin. Strong throw over the middle, and Jamari Powell-Watson breaks free, striding to the end zone. 58-yard touchdown, and the white team goes back in front. You can't help yourself, the inner defender.
Exactly. Let's take a look at this. There's the catch. Oh, he had a chance to light him up. I'll bet you he pulled off on that one.
Looked like some friendly fire there for the defense, too.
He hit.
Kai Rowland, Jamari Powell-Watson's first TD. And the white team going back and forth out of Inglewood High School in Southern California. Martin to throw. Pumps. Wants it all. Down the sideline and over the head of the intended receiver, Smith.
In the red zone, they covered him pretty good. They haven't really seen a blown coverage or a wide open guy. So it's a pretty good job by the center of the safeties and the corners and the nickels. Rushers, which means you're dropping 8 unless they brought a fourth.
Pressure from Samuels. Martin over the middle and overthrows the tight end Dorian Fleming.
And they tried to man it up. Beginning, not really understanding what they are. So once you start to know yourself and gain confidence in yourself, you change as a player.
Iverson Howard wrestled down. It's inside of 2 minutes, and Washington back on the field. How quickly did it take for you to?
So it took me 3 games before I started. So I would say it took 3 games. Sometimes it takes longer than that. It just depends on the person. But
Malik Washington on 3rd down. And to Howard out of the backfield. Enough for a first down. Howard goes down.
Flags.
The flags coming out. Let's see if they can tie it up or go for the win here.
If they tie it up, coaches will be mad.
That's right. Howard with a short gain on the check down. Long for Washington at the 36.
Brought pressure.
Had enough time to find Manning, who nearly spun free. Another chunk gain near the 20.
That was
15-yard pickup down to the 21. Freshman on the move. Already a good day today. Going to the end zone and over the head of Manning.
That was good position. He's an excellent play caller. He'll be a better play caller with this team as he gets to know each player individually and know exactly what he can do. And then some guys get hot and some guys fade. So you got to be on top of all that.
So 3rd and long, 51 seconds. Red team down 3. Washington at the controls. Pumps, pressure, wide open man, and a perfect throw under duress.
Don't know if that would have been a sack. That could have been a sack.
It was close, but Williams shot.
Locks is right. Let's take a look for ourselves. He goes through, he slowed down. Oh yeah, that's a sack. Now, having said that, that's still good composure until right there, until they told him it wasn't.
He's saying, no way, I got it off. 6 with 45 on the clock. No rush. And he hooked.
Somebody put the ooga booga on him.
Iced him with the fall with a massive day on the offensive side, and Malik Washington in his first game of sorts at Maryland. very impressive moments throughout the afternoon.
I think you could be happy about the entire quarterback room. I think they all played pretty darn well. Played with poise. They played smart football, and they were accurate.
Justin Martin had a touchdown in the second half.